Good afternoon mga Katribu, I am Komfie Manalo and welcome to another episode of Kalingang Katribu Usapang Business. Today we are joined by the co-founder and CEO of insurtech company Gigacover, Mr. Amerson Lin. Good afternoon, Mr. Amerson Lin.
Hi, good afternoon, Sir Komfie. Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you can call me Komfie. I'm not your knighted, so don't call me sir.
Okay.
So let's fire off the first question. So can you explain to us what is digital insurance technology and how is it different from the traditional insurance that we are being offered us?
Yes, it's a very good question. So traditional insurance, I mean, this is a century-old industry, one of the earliest industries. And it's been so old that a lot of the processes are very manual, right? They are very human-driven. And this is because it started back in the days where farmers came together to build mutuals, and then that slowly became an insurance company. So a lot of the cost factors and the operational efficiency can be improved if digitization is applied to traditional insurers. So digital insurance is a very broad word, but any part of the insurance process, either it's selling, it's marketing, it's policy administration, it's policy management and claims and customer service and compliance. All this can be digitized, right? It's just who or where are you focused on, and what is the priority for your business, and where do you want to digitize? So.
You mentioned that the insurance industry has been here for so long, and the process has been very tedious done manually. And how does the application of technology or digital technology will improve the efficiency of the insurance sector?
Yes. So the two key areas where it takes a lot of time, a lot of manual process, is the selling and the claims, right? So let's talk about selling first. I'm sure you've bought insurance from an agent before, right? They have a lot of regulation. They have to sit down with you, and there is a 10 or 15-page policy wording. They have to go through each line. Then they have to say that they have advised you correctly. They have to collect maybe your identity documents, your proof of address, maybe your income statements, right? So imagine all that being done remotely or being done by, let's say, a data extraction from a source of your personal information. It can be from the government, or it can be from your e-commerce account, it can be from your Gmail account, e-wallet even, right? So many people have collected this, right? Why can't digital integrations pull this data very quickly, right? So that you don't have to keep providing manual documents and scanning them and all that. So that's just selling. Claims, another big problem. So submitting a claim, same thing. You're going to have to submit, the accident report, photographs of the accident, receipts of what you paid for, either it's, damages to your car, or, maybe a police report if there's a theft. And then somebody has to look at the document, extract, read your handwriting, transfer it into a system. If all that can be done digitally, right? If you are typing in the details, if you're taking photographs and submitting the photographs through WhatsApp, if you're emailing, the receipts, that will save like 90% of the time, right? So selling and claims, if this can be digitized, you will save a lot of time in the entire process.
Let's go deeper into the sales part. You mentioned that the digitization will increase efficiency in the selling of insurance, particularly in the data gathering of clients. But say if you use or if you utilize data from third-party sources like from your e-wallet or Gmail account or your social media accounts, will there be an issue regarding data privacy?
Well, I mean, I think the same privacy laws can be applied even if it's digital. You can control what you want to share with the insurtech. And the insurtech is also bound by the same privacy laws. It cannot share your information unless you have authorized it to.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it can be prevented.
So from the traditional insurance, from manual operation into digital technology, so what influenced the shift of the insurance industry into a technology-based sector?
I would say there are two big reasons. The first is the emerging insurance buyer, right? You are talking about the younger generation who are very used to mobile apps, payments by their phone. So they want a new insurance experience. They want it just like how they interact with Spotify or Instagram. So to serve this market, you need to meet their consumer behavior, right? Then they will buy. Now the second part is of course cost, right? Every year insurance prices go up, right? Healthcare costs go up, repair costs go up. So insurers are fighting to see who can reduce their costs so that they can be more competitive by price. So using technology, if you can reduce your price just by 5%, you will be more competitive already in the market.
So the new market, there have been very active users of the internet and the mobile gadgets, and the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the adoption of the digital lifestyle. And like you said, the digital insurance technology has to adapt to the changing behavior of the market, particularly the young market, and there's also the cost of and has the shift of market behavior towards digital lifestyle is also correlated to the shift of the kind of insurance that this new market are looking for, or new services or new products.
Absolutely. So the new insurance buyers, the underserved, right? So you rightly pointed out, maybe the younger generation, the more tech-savvy generation, but there are also a lot of maybe people or younger, whoever even started, experiencing, work, right? Their students or their families in the rural villages, and they also want protection. So what kind of protection they need has always been there. I think the ability to bring that price down to a very small amount, 10 pesos, or something like that, is then making it affordable. And the second part is how do we make it accessible, right? So they have to be able to buy it easily, and they're going to be simple products. I cannot have a 15-page document to read. 3 lines explaining your coverage, a button to buy, easy way to pay, right? So this is what the digital lifestyle wants, right? So InsurTech is trying to meet them where they want to buy their protection.
So it's cost efficiency and accessibility, and there are existing InsurTech in the Philippines that are offering new services or new products that were not traditionally available, like pet insurance, and then even gadget insurance. Yes. And yeah, it's very accessible. You can actually get covered. You can get coverage for your pets or your gadgets or anything that you put value can be accessed now through say an e-wallet. So is that the kind of shift that you are discussing to target the new market for the insurance sector?
Yes, absolutely. So what you've talked about are examples of new products, but how do new products emerge? The first is that there is a discovery of a new need. All right. So take for example mobile phones. Right. 10 years ago there were not many mobile phones. Now everybody has one, maybe even 2. So the new need. It's expensive. I want to be sure that it's protected. If I drop it accidentally, I can get a screen replacement. The second kind of product would be the need is there, but insurers had no way to really understand the risk and the price. But now with data, they can start to understand better, who is it they're covering, what kind of risk, how often it happens, what is the chances of a claim, and then how to price it. So things like pets have been around for a long time, but now we know, right? A dog this size, has a certain kind of risk profile.
And the kind of breed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Then for us, Gigacover, we found that the gig economy was a new sector, right? So we created an income protection product, so a new need, right? Because if you are sick, you cannot work as a gig worker. You need to have income protection so that you can still continue to pay your rent, You can pay your other costs, right, even though you are sick. So these are new products based on new needs and new data.
Okay. And unfortunately, the Philippines has very low insurance penetration. In fact, data from the Insurance Commission show that only 3% of the Filipino population has insurance coverage. So how can digital insurance raise the insurance penetration in the Philippines, and how will InsurTech improve customer experience?
Absolutely. It is a long journey to get to where the US is. US and Japan, the two highest insurance penetration markets, are at maybe 18%. So 3 and 18,
Yeah.
it's a long way to go.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah. So how do you get there? Number one is we need to cover more people. And number two, we need to increase the coverage of each person. Right? So let me talk about how do we get more people. We believe a lot in communities. Right? How do we reach large groups? It can be groups who have a common interest. Like, let's say you are all enthusiasts in sports. Right? It can be groups that are based on an occupation, nurses, teachers, military. It can be groups like young mothers. Okay, so we believe to increase the number of people who have insurance, they want to buy, but how do we get them affordable and accessible? We can reach them via informal groups, Facebook groups, Telegram groups, any platform they are on, any conversation they are in. So all that is thanks to the digital systems and platforms we have, that have been built over the last 10 years. So if you have something digital, you can embed it into these platforms, into these communities, into these chat rooms and chat groups, and they can buy easily, right? So that's covering more people, but it has to be a digital experience. Now, for each person, how do you then have them buy more? The answer is, you don't really wake up wanting to buy insurance. You want to buy insurance when you feel there is a risk.
Yes.
Yes, so when you feel the need, the InsurTech must be there to allow you to buy it very quickly. And that is the embedded insurance models, on-demand models, flexible models, right? So even though you've covered some of your life with insurance, I'm going to travel, I want to buy it immediately. I'm going for a road trip, I want to buy personal accident cover, right? I'm approaching, or I feel very unhealthy and I feel like I should protect myself in the next 2 years, I want to buy critical illness, right? We must make it easy. And easy means digital, simple, and affordable.
Affordable. And there are two keywords that you mentioned: embedded insurance and on-demand insurance. So, what's the difference between embedded insurance and on-demand insurance? And how about embedded insurance? Is it legal even to embed an insurance to say when you buy a gadget, automatically there's insurance coverage there for your screen, mobile screen, and then or the theft or loss or damage, because I think under Philippine laws, insurance has to be a choice for the customer. So is it legal to embed that product whenever you buy, say, a certain product?
Yeah, that's a good observation, Komfie. There was a time where it wasn't a choice, and I think those companies did get into trouble. But now they offer a choice in the form of an opt-out. So if you buy a phone, by default, maybe on Lazada or Shopee, there is an insurance already checked. But your choice is there. You can uncheck the box, right? But most people, if they see that this is 1,000 pesos, the insurance is 5 pesos,
Yeah.
they're not going to think too much. They're going to just say, let's get the protection, right? So again, the point of sale is when you feel the need to buy. So we must make it easy, right? So embedded insurance serves that need. So this is in e-commerce, this can be in logistics, this can be in financial services, like you're getting a small loan, right? Or you're doing a payment. Then the other word you mentioned, on demand, right? Not the same as embedded. Embedded means you're part of a transaction. On demand just means, I suddenly realize I need to buy, and I only want to buy for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of coverage, right? I don't want to spend time thinking about buying for a whole year or for my entire family. I just want a small amount. So on demand means where can you go immediately? Okay, open an app or WhatsApp a number and you can buy it quickly, right? So it's not really embedded, but it also means that it's fast, right? And it's very accessible.
And of course, it also has to provide you or to allow you to insure or provide protection to anything that you put value.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
say, let's talk about this studio. Say we put value on our set, so we can. Is there a particular insurance product for just the set, or for just the lighting, or for just the say the our technology, our software?
Yeah, I think anything that you can, yeah, as you said, put a value to, can be protected. So a set maybe can be protected by a fire insurance policy, right? And then you can maybe in the past you would have to spend half an hour on the phone with an insurer to describe the set, and then the insurer will price it the next day. But with digital, you take a photo or video of this set, every item you put a price, right? Send it to the system calculates everything, gives you a quote in 5 minutes, right? That is the difference between traditional and what is possible in insurtech.
Technology. That's very exciting. That's very okay. It's something to look forward to.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
it's already happening.
It's really happening, but we've got a long way to
yeah.
go, right? The many parties involved. There's, of course, the customer, there's the insurer, the technology platform, but also the regulator, right? They have to say this is acceptable.
Say in the insurance in the insurtech sector. Of course, you're new in the Philippines, but of course you have experience in Singapore. So, what's the market reception to insurtech based on your experience?
Oh,
Is
it's been very encouraging. So we really like the Philippines market. So Gigacover is in Singapore, Philippines, and we're just about to start in Vietnam. But Philippines has surprised me at how it's ready for insurance. They recognize the benefits of protection, of healthcare. Maybe post-COVID, this has become even more important and pronounced. So yeah, we're seeing, first of all, from the consumer, a great need for employee benefits, health insurance, gadget. But then from the insurers that we partner with, right? So Gigacover is not an insurance company. We have to partner with somebody who's licensed. They're saying, look, you have the tech ready. If we work together, it's faster than if I spend time building up the technology with a team that could take 6 to 12 months. So we're seeing interest coming to us and saying, if you have the tech and the customers, we want to help be your partner.
So we're talking of technology here. So how do you leverage now technology to promote insurance and make it more customer driven?
So the technology we built serves two general purposes, right? The first is when we partner or have tech-enabled clients, they may want a tech solution to be integrated, right? So the magic word here could be, APIs. They have APIs, we have APIs, we can connect our systems. Give you an example. We want to work with some buy now, pay later services.
Yeah.
So that every time there is a transaction, maybe there's also some incentive, like a small protection policy. Or if there's a small loan, we offer credit protection, small credit protection insurance. Yeah, it's impossible to do this manual and traditional because there's so many transactions happening. So you need that tech integration, right? So that's area number one. We partner with tech companies. Now, area number two is for more traditional business. They want to give protection to their base, their user base, their workers, their customers. But the operations team, the HR team doesn't want to do so much work, right? Because it could be quite a lot of effort. So our technology takes over this job for them, and so they can administer everything they need very easily through a simple dashboard or by uploading, like Excel sheets and files. So reducing the amount of work means that they are more open to taking on this project, right? So that's the second part of our technology. And then the last is just doing claims, right? To make a good customer experience, we've been able to shorten the claims processing time from 2 weeks to 2 to 3 days, right? And so this has become tech driven by document collection. We have OCR to extract information like the clinic name or the diagnosis or the amount that was charged, and then digital payments, right? It used to take a while to send a check. Now I can pay out to a bank account, an e-wallet, and maybe in the future, whatever else comes up, we can quickly get into that payment method.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have very exciting discussion with Mr. Amerson here, and of course we would like to delve more into these topics of insurance technology. But of course we have to give way to our sponsor. So we've discussed already the benefits of leveraging technology to promote insurance among the Filipinos, and of course the response of the new market, the Filipino new market, to the emerging technologies and the adoption of the digital lifestyle. How is it pushing the demand and the need to get insurance protection? So stay tuned, because we will be back with a lot more questions after a quick break.
Welcome ka dito sa SM. Come as you are. Mahilig ka man sa pabago-bago o sa paikot-ikot. Yung nag-a-adulting or parenting. Ikaw na kulot, white-haired, purple-haired, kayong magkaibigan na nagkaibigan. Buong barkada. Yung gusto mo, chill lang. Or gawin yung feel mo lang. We know you're changing. So we're changing with you. Come on in. We're all in. At SM, you're always welcome here.
And we're back, and you're still watching Kalingang, Katribu, Usapang Business, and we are still with Mr. Amerson Lin of Gigacover. Sir, earlier we've discussed the benefits of leveraging insurance, or leveraging technology. Sorry, for with the insurance sector, and then the insurance technology has basically two parts. there are, of course, the accessibility and cost efficiency. So now let's talk about what are the emerging insurance technology trends that we should expect in the coming months or years?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Well, we touched on a few earlier. Embedded insurance, on-demand, micro, I think, is another trend
Yeah.
that we didn't chat about. So micro insurance is going to be more prevalent. Now, how did this happen? In the past, if insurance is sold by a person, for the person to spend the time, they will definitely want to sell something bigger
Okay.
because they get commissions, right? So the bigger they sell, the more commissions they get, then it's worth their time. But if it's all digital, then this amount can be reduced to a very, very small amount. That's micro. And that can be for a much smaller coverage or much smaller period of time. You know, you can make the decision very easily, right? So micro insurance is another trend to watch out for. The third trend would be, I think, in cyber. There is a lot of more risk in the cyberspace, hacking of not just business accounts, but also personal accounts like identity theft. So cyber insurance is going to be trending upwards. And of course, we also hope to be part of that trend in the next few years. The last trend would be, now we see insurtechs that have only scratched the surface when it comes to new products. I think the trend will come when any risk, right, can be measured and can be underwritten in a very systematic way. And so that will open up new possibilities of insuring, you know, almost anything outside of the norm. You know, in Singapore, we have been seeing, well, pet insurance you mentioned, but mental health, right? How do you assess the risk of mental health? You know, you needed a long time to come up with that data. And then the last trend I can talk about is prevention versus paying claims. So insurance has been in the business of protecting you, and then if you have a claim, we pay out. But what if insurance also tried to prevent the incident? What if it could tell, okay, you need to be healthier. Okay, this is a risky night because it's raining and it's very dark and very windy. Please don't drive. You know, take the subway, right? So these are efforts in prevention, which is better than getting to the problem and then getting a claim payout, right? So I think those are the interesting
So
things you have to look
these are
forward to.
AI-enabled apps that, hey, you're drunk, don't drive.
Yeah. You know, they could really tell that you just went to the central district. You know, and say, you know, are you keeping safe, right?
So you mentioned microinsurance, and microinsurance can cover like health, even accident insurance or accident coverage or health insurance like for 1 year coverage. So these are insurance products that can shift to micro protection, but then you also mentioned the new trend in cybersecurity protection.
Yes.
Which I think cannot be offered as a micro insurance because there's a much bigger risk in cyber protection.
Yes, I think you're very sharp, Komfie. So the reason is I think cyber is a very new risk. So it's easy to microtize a very well-known risk. But when cyber is so new and there's more happening every year, and there's more hackers, there's more areas of weakness. Insurers, to play it safe, want to have larger premiums so that they can pay out the potential big claims. So I agree with you. I think micro for cyber will take a while.
Yeah. And let's go back to the concept of embedded insurance. Like I mentioned, there are already some or several insurance technology companies that are operating here that I know that are already promoting embedded insurance and have partnered with service providers so that it can happen. That insurance protection can be embedded in things that you do, like when you buy gadgets, etc. So how do we, how do we really achieve an embedded insurance that will not get us into trouble with the law?
You need to have the right partners. So embedding is something the insurtechs have learned how to do, but it is the clients or the ecosystem partners that must say, yes, we want this to be part of our transaction. We want this to be part of our marketplace. We want this to be part of our ecosystem. So as long as there is an opt-in, opt-out, it is going to be legal. But then how do you get it into every transaction? There is a trade-off. If you add it to a customer journey, let's say, in an e-commerce purchase or in a payments product, are you introducing additional friction for the user? If you are, then the platform is probably going to say, oh, no, thank you, right? So how do we get it in and spend the resources on the technology and not affect the customer experience, or in fact improve the customer experience? Yes, that is the key, right? It has to be a win-win for everybody, including the customer and the experience, that it will really take off and have value.
Okay, and insurance, in the area of insurance technology, the AI is playing a big role in the transition from traditional to insurtech. So how is artificial intelligence or AI empowering the insurance sector to transform itself into into more technology based?
Yeah. So AI is a field that is growing very fast, and its main job is to do what humans find difficult to do and do it very well and very quickly, right? So let's look at insurance. What are the areas that might be difficult for humans to do? So one is, of course, if you have a photograph and there's words and you're extracting the words out, it can be what the doctor said, it can be the accident report of a car. Humans can do this, but it may take a very long time and they may make mistakes. Right, so AI can help in that. So that may be part of, let's say, a claims process, or it also can be part of a sales process. Now, where else can AI help? I think it's in trying to figure out fraud. So humans can do this, but they take a lot of time because they need to think, right? What could potentially be going on here? But what AI can do is that they can just match. Oh, I've seen this before in the last 1,000 claims, this happened twice. And out of the 2 times, both were fraud. So I'm going to say this is 90% fraud, right? So this is helping the humans with jobs that were tricky and take a long time and doing a lot quickly. Now, can an AI ever approve or reject a claim? I think the right way to apply AI is not to completely displace the claims analyst or the salesperson, but to help them to be more efficient, right? So in my previous job, we were building software for salespeople, and the trick was that, you still need the human in the process because people want to deal with people. You don't want to deal with AI claims.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I
But
agree.
if that person is 10 times more efficient, you'll be very happy because your answers will be very fast. Next day, turn around on whatever you're asking for, right? So that, I think, is how AI can transform. It must cooperate with the human process.
Yeah, and I think one area that AI can be very useful is in the trend regarding prevention. Yeah,
Oh,
AI
yes,
can,
yes.
they can predict. They can this AI can be a very powerful tool to predict or to forecast. Hey, you're drunk. Don't
Yes,
drive,
yes,
eh?
yes.
Or you're too tired already. You haven't slept for 24 hours, so you have to take care of your health, things like that.
Or even, if you're looking at even more life-threatening scenarios, like can it help prevent, I don't know, diabetes
Or heart attack.
Yeah, heart attack. You know.
You can monitor your heartbeat or your blood pressure.
Yes. So a lot of it is where is the data to do this, right? So. The watch you're wearing, yes, now they can collect your heart rate.
Your heart rate, yes.
You know, that's
and
one,
it can
just one
monitor your
thing.
heart rate and even your blood pressure, and so I think it can be integrated. These technologies can be integrated into insurance products.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And also anything else in your life, you know, if you start looking at your bank statements and you see, you're always eating KFC.
You're always ordering this. You're always
so-
ordering fried chicken.
Yes, then you know it's not good.
It's not healthy for you.
Whereas if they see that you're always buying fruits, you know, and acai and salads and all that, okay, maybe you know you're a better risk. I don't know, right? But there's a long way to go. These are
Yeah.
all the possibilities.
Not for improvement and
For
integration
improvement,
into the insurance product. Anyways, so, we've covered another interesting segment. So we will take a short break, and when we return, we will be asking Mr. Emerson here more questions about the insurance technology. So stay tuned.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ano bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it to centers, pati sa mga partners may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Welcome ka dito sa SM. Come as you are. Mahilig ka man sa pabago-bago o sa paikot-ikot. Yung nag-a-adulting or parenting. Ikaw na kulot, white-haired, purple-haired, kayong magkaibigan na nagkaibigan. Buong barkada. Yung gusto mo, chill lang. Or gawin yung feel mo lang. We know you're changing. So we're changing with you. Come on in. We're all in. At SM, you're always welcome here.
And good afternoon. We are back again, mga Katribu. Welcome to Kalingang Katribu, Usapang Business. And here with us still is Mr. Amerson Lin of Gigacover. So, Sir Amerson, we've discussed about InsurTech and how it will benefit the market, how it will benefit the Filipinos, and how InsurTech will eventually allow or enable the fintech sector in the Philippines to grow further. So now we will shift our discussion to Gigacover. So we want to we want to learn more about your company. So tell us more about Gigacover and give us its brief history.
Yeah, definitely happy to do that. So I'm one of the co-founders. So we started this business in 2017. And just to give you some background, both me and my co-founder are Singaporeans, were born and raised. And, we both had experiences with in insurance that were maybe not the most positive, right? I found it very difficult to make claims or to buy. And my co-founder, he felt he was tricked by one of his insurance agents into buying an unsuitable life policy. Yeah, so we were very keen on exploring this space in 2017. Now, the other big trend was the future of work. Right, we saw that because of the mobile phone and because of innovation, you had Uber, Grab, Gojek, all these platforms popping up. And then came the e-commerce, food delivery, right? So we looked at the two trends: future of work, people wanting to be independent, multiple revenue streams, and then their protection needs, right? So we decided, okay, let's do something in InsurTech that serves the future of work. And that was the starting point at Gigacover. So the first market we went after was ride-hailing drivers and their income protection need, right? Because they rent a car, it costs $60 to $80 a day, but if they're sick, they cannot drive and they lose money, right? So they need some protection, so that if they're sick for a long time, they can get some payout and cover their rent, right? So we started that in Singapore in 2017. Of course, very quickly, 2 years later, the pandemic hit. We had to try to survive. We did. We're doing well now. And we launched in Philippines in 2021, May, right? So we've been here for a bit more than a year. And then next is probably Vietnam or Malaysia.
So why did you choose to expand in the Philippines? What do you see in the Philippine market when the insurance penetration here is only 3% of the population?
But exactly. That is why we chose the Philippines market, right? We wanted to raise the insurance penetration levels of our region. So what does Gigacover really do, right? We build insurance programs, digital insurance programs, and we use our technology and our understanding of the markets to partner with insurers, build these programs, and sell them to the clients. The clients can use this for their own needs or expand it into their ecosystem, their customers or their vendors or their workers. Right, so why Philippines? I think the market in Philippines was very ripe for innovation. Now, what do I mean? I saw that, or we, the team, saw that Filipinos were very open to buying things online.
Yes.
Right? Very comfortable with online payments, with e-commerce, and their mentality, this is very cultural, right? Towards healthcare and protection was increasing, maybe thanks to COVID, maybe thanks to this awareness and education. And everybody was asking us, oh, can we get more affordable HMO? Can we get individual HMO? All right, and then slowly we talked about other benefits. We saw that there is an interest. So compared to some other markets where insurance is really seen to be an unnecessary purchase. So our experience in Indonesia was very different. Over there, I remember that they would rather rely on their community and family. They would rather, if you bought insurance, it may even go against their religious beliefs, right? Because they say, if I protect myself, then I'm not relying on my religion or my faith. So I get it, right? Cultural. So I think Philippines met most of these criteria.
Yeah, aside from that, more than 70 million Filipinos are active internet users, and they own more than 70% of the population own mobile phones, smartphones, and I think 45% of the population are active users or buyers of services and products online. So we practically there's a huge market here of tech-savvy market.
Yes.
So, do you think, because of all these statistics that we've mentioned, do you think leveraging technology to the insurance sector will help you penetrate the local market faster?
So we have identified a few industries we are very keen on, and I think technology will definitely make a difference. So our first natural market is the future of work, right? So I think the Philippine market is also very well known for having freelancers, 1-2 million freelancers on sites like freelancer.com, Upwork, Fiverr, right? They do graphic design, they do marketing, SEO, content, editing, and all that. So they need everything that the business needs. They need financing, and they also need insurance, protection for liability, and also for their income. So how do we address this market? Well, they are on so many of these technology platforms. We need to also be integrated, right, to provide them a similar experience. So with our tech, I think we have a good shot in differentiating ourselves and showing them that, hey, we are here for you. We are different from the traditional players. Other industries that we're targeting, logistics, automotive, financial services, high volume, small amounts. Again, I think our technology can be the solution, because it's going to be very difficult for humans, for agents to sort of penetrate this market.
And what are your product offering for the Philippine market? So tell us about your products and your tech.
So the industries I mentioned, or the target markets, right? The gig economy, automotive, financial services, and then tech companies. What we offer them, generally 2 areas: protecting your people and then protecting your operations. So in terms of protecting people, we offer smaller size HMO or employee benefits. We offer them income protection. We offer also personal accident with accident medical expense. On the operational side, this means if you and your business is involved in, let's say, logistics, we offer goods in transit or parcel insurance. If you are a more professional, we can help you with professional indemnity or liability. If you have vehicles, right, then we can help you with primary motor insurance or a collision damage waiver, right, which helps to reduce your risk if you're renting and using a lot of shared sort of as assets. Yeah, so we want to address both people and operations, and I think this combination will be suitable for most of our clients.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Amerson Lin. Do you have any parting shots for our viewers and, of course, your target market in the Philippines?
Yes. So, thanks for having me once again. We're very excited to be here in the Philippines, and our success over the last year has just given us additional confidence, right, that we are doing the right thing here in the Philippines market. We hope to grow, with the industry here. We hope to partner with more insurance providers. We hope to work closely with regulators, and all this really so that we can fulfill our mission of serving communities and small businesses and getting the underserved to really meet their needs, right? So thanks again for the support that we received, and yeah, I look forward to coming back here more often.
Yeah, we are happy to have you, and we are happy that you accepted our invitation to be one of our guests. And so there you have it, mga Katribu, with this. I believe that you have to understand your need to protect the things that you value, even your mobile phone or your shoes or your pets, and you can easily provide protection to all these things that you value using technology. And of course, there are now several insurance technology firms that are offering you this kind of protection. So thank you again. Thank you very much, Mr. Amerson Lin, for joining us today, and thanks to our Katribus for joining in. Watch fresh episodes of Kalingang Katribu Usapang Business every Monday live at Daily Tribu's official Facebook page and Tribu Now on YouTube. Once again, I am Komfie Manalo, and see you next week, mga Katribu.